The first plane flew into Nova Kakhovka and the base in Nova Kakhovka was bombed. The police left and didn't clean up any of their documents. There are people who were in Donbass, who went through the war, people who served before. Give us the territorial defense, the national squad, soldiers, who is fighting now, who is fighting. A telescopic stick that extends. They just beat us on the legs, arms, kidneys, ribs, everything they could get their hands on. They beat us wherever they could.
What was the cause of death for the people?
Some were missing hands, some were torn in half, some were whole. There were many different gunshot wounds, just so you know. There were different reasons. First with a taser, then with a taser again, and then with a file on the teeth. Do you know how? They put it on my balls.
Yes, there was a story here too.
They put it on the eggs, on the legs. Well, sometimes they'd keep people there for days. People didn't say anything. Sometimes they would kill a person, take them out, and that's it. They threw them away. Here on my nipples, I had burns from small E-clips like these. How they connect the clips and start turning them.
There's your occupation. There's your filtration. Those people who say, well, there are these traitors who say, let's surrender Kherson, let's surrender something else. These are the ones.
Shoot him. Who I asked to shoot? One of ours I asked? No, he says, unarmed with nothing. Why should I kill? Kill him or you won't go on the mission.
I tell him he shouldn't go for the exchange because they'll kill him. I tell him to stay here. Ready?
Yes.
For what?
For the interview?
Let's go. Introduce yourself to the camera of the broken Samsung.
That's classified information. You don't need it.
Year of birth. Born in Kherson region, Kakhovka district.
How old are you now, exactly?
I turned 22 yesterday.
So do you consent to recording and publishing?
Yes.
Okay. What passport do you have?
Russian Federation.
Ours?
Ours was taken away.
Did you have it?
Yes, I did. It was taken away in 2022.
Wait, let's go in order. Okay. Father, mother are not there. You said you're an orphan.
Yes.
Where are they?
I don't know.
What's with them? Why?
I don't know. Grandmother said that mom left, and grandmother is my father's mom. Where is my father? I have no idea.
Brothers, sisters?
Brother, cousin, sister.
No blood relatives?
No.
Where did you grow up?
In Kakhovka.
In Kakhovka with your grandmother?
Yes, 2 grandmothers.
2 grandmothers. What happened on February 24th?
February 24th, as you said. What happened? I had a celebration on the 23rd. It was my grandmother's 60th birthday. I come home, grandmother is there. She's already getting calls from Kryvyi Rih, Kirovohrad and Kherson. They're saying the war has started. But I didn't believe it right away. I called my classmates who were at the dormitory in Nova Kakhovka, where I studied at that moment. And they say, yes, the war has started. The first plane flew into Nova Kakhovka and the base in Nova Kakhovka was bombed. I was right there. Alright, it's war. First, second, third day, no one in the village, no one comes in. On the very first day, they entered the Kakhovka Police District Department and the Military Commissariat. The police left and didn't clean up any of their documents. There are people who were in Donbass, who went through the war, people who served before. The police didn't take anything. The Military Commissariat cleared everything right away. A week or maybe 2 pass. Raids begin in villages, towns, according to lists.
The orcs have already entered?
Yes. The orcs have already entered, that's it. Their power was in the city. There were no police, no military commandant's office, no FSB officers at first. They were there right away, like them from the Donetsk People's Republic, slant-eyed, as they were called, Buryats or something. Well, they were there. They were causing a good mess.
What were they doing?
They were taking people's cars. Just like that, someone standing near the store, I lived near the store, 4 houses away, would go out to smoke near the yard. I just stood there smoking. A military van with a Red Cross approaches. A soldier gets out of the vehicle, a man comes out of the store, and the soldier points a gun at his head. Keys, documents. What else is the person supposed to do? Gives the keys and documents, and that's it. That's how they took cars. Sometimes they entered homes and took houses from people, seized them like that.
Like they were kicking people out?
Yes. Well, they need a house, make a choice. Either you disappear or we take your house. People were leaving, they were afraid. Most people here left from the village where I lived. Most of them, well, the youth, you could almost say, left within 2 to 3 months.
Where to?
Nah, some to Ukraine, some to Germany, some to Poland, basically wherever.
Well, they were letting people go, the orcs were letting people go.
They let people go, but I don't know how. How to tell you, they weren't letting me go because they took me for a nationalist, an ATO member, a DRG agent.
What does all that mean? How did they take you for that?
They thought I fought in the ATO, just because of the scar on my forehead.
You told them what that was? But you couldn't have fought in the ATO because of your age.
They didn't care.
So, what did they do to you?
They didn't do anything to me at first. On the first day when the filtration began.
When did the filtration start? Remember.
End of February, beginning of March. It was around this time, those days, the first days of March exactly. Filtration was happening there, they entered every house. Documents, passport, who is registered, who lives there, everything. They searched the entire yard and the entire house.
What were you looking for? What did you find?
Weapons, grenades. Like, is there military uniform or did someone serve in the military?
Did you find it with someone?
In our village, they found both rifles and grenades. Well, those people were taken away, and sometimes they wouldn't be home for half a year, for 6 or even 7 months. They came home almost dead, half alive like they returned home, and for 3 to 4 months the person is not there. He looks whole on the outside, but he's not whole inside. That's how it is.
So basically 6 months.
Yes. Well, in the first days they abused us in unimaginable ways. It turned out that they also took me in. It was March 11th, 2022, as I still remember. I went to the city of Nova Kakhovka, to a friend there to take him to my place and get some groceries, because in the first days when the war started, no bakeries were working, nothing, no jobs, nothing was there. I went, and at the checkpoint, it was like documents here and there. One person, a young guy, is standing at the checkpoint, checking, letting people through, kind of. I say, all right, go through. The second one starts yelling at him, like, tie him up. Without hesitation, he pulled the bolt back, face to the ground, hands behind the back. I, kind of got scared, lay down on the ground. It's winter outside, snow is on the ground. I lay down, they took me behind the bus stop, started shooting from automatics near my head, over my ears. They said they would take me to the Kakhovka hydroelectric power station, shoot me, throw me into the water, and no one would find me. You're a soldier, you fought. I explained to them that I am not a soldier, I have all the documents, I have a scar from an accident. I tell him, let's go to my place, I'll bring out the papers, I'll show you here the certificates proving who I am. No, I'm like this. They take me on March 11th, bring me to the Nova Kakhovka administration. At the Nova Kakhovka administration, they started working me over. They pressed me hard for a couple of hours, kicking me thoroughly so that I don't fall. A couple of hours later, a Ural truck arrives. They throw me in it like a dolphin, hands behind my back, and take me to the police. At the police, they throw me into a basement. In the basement, there are already people who have been there for a week or two. And then the fun begins in the basement. Every 30 minutes, every hour, it could be 30 minutes, sometimes 10 to 15 minutes, they would come in and just finish people off. We sat one behind another, crouched and hid. Went to the toilet. For big and small needs, small into a bottle, big into bags. They didn't give us any food the first night, we had no water, no food, no water. That's the way it was. The next morning, they come for me, take me, put a hat on me, tie the hat with tape over my eyes, hands behind the back. Well, let's go. I'm riding in the back seat. There's a civilian sitting on my right and on my left. As I found out later, who was driving behind me. These were two journalists.
Well,
They also took him with me to the detention center. They immediately brought us to the Kherson administration. Like, give us the territorial defense, the national squad, soldiers, who is fighting now, who is fighting. Well, who is fighting and their relatives who stayed here, who are waiting for our Ukraine? I don't know who. What do you want from me? And before that, there were rallies, protests. People were doing something like the orcs came in. Well, why did you come in? We don't need you here. But they said to me, do you know what this is? And they show me the face of a person I've never seen before in my life. I say, I don't know. No, you know. I say, I don't know. Well, thank God they didn't beat me. Yes, they fed me there, gave me something to drink, kept me until the evening. They interrogated me at the administration, kept me. They didn't let me call my relatives right away. They didn't allow anything at all, not even contact with family. After this, they come, take me. Military bring us to the Kherson detention center, and a very heated night begins there. I was sitting alone. They come in and start banging, hitting with anything. They had telescopes.
what are telescopes?
A telescopic stick that extends. They just beat us on the legs, arms, kidneys, ribs, everything they could get their hands on. They beat us wherever they could. They didn't hit me on the head, that's what. They did hit me on the head on the first day. That's all. I barely survived that night. It's good there was a sink there. At least I could wash myself when they left. But they would leave for literally 30 to 40 minutes and then come back. Alright.
And?
They needed to know where the national militia was located in Kherson. The SBU officers were there, the national militia, territorial defense. I didn't walk around in Kherson. I hardly even know any streets in Kherson. I'm not from Kherson, I said. I'm from Kakhovka, I said. Kakhovka, who? I said. I don't know. There are no people, I said. Well, most people left on the first day of the war. When the war started on February 24th, 2022, everyone was leaving. They left via the HPP together with the columns. I don't know, take me. Well, until 6 or 7 in the morning, I don't remember now what time it was. I didn't know the time, didn't know anything, not even the day, the date, nothing. Somehow I held on. Barely, with God's help. Everything's fine. They give us this little porridge. It's silvery gray. Barley porridge, oatmeal. Once each in the morning and evening. No tea, no compote, no bread, nothing. This was the porridge. I spent the first night, the second night, and on the third night they took me out to work. They said something like, "Are you going to work?" No. It turned out we were going to collect people. There were 5 of us young people. I was 18 at that time. I had only just turned 18. They take us out, open the hats. We see that people are lying dead. What were we supposed to do? They turn with the guys. What are we supposed to do? What do you have to do? This needs to be collected.
Who were the people lying there?
People were both military and civilians, both Ukrainian and Russian soldiers. Well, everyone in a row. A Kamaz came, not a Kamaz, but like a truck with a body that lifts up. We just threw people in there.
And how? What was the cause of death for the people?
Some were missing hands, some were torn in half, some were whole. There were many different gunshot wounds, just so you know. There were different reasons.
So how many did you?
In 5 days we collected 2,500 bodies. That's the total, including both military and civilians. Ukrainian armed forces, military rest in peace, and civilians rest in peace, and those. They were all there.
So, how many orcs were there? How many people did you collect in total?
2,500 bodies.
How long did that take?
In 5 days.
Where did they take them and what did they use to transport them?
They took them to the forest, and when we finished the work, they put hats over our eyes, taped us up, and tied our hands behind our backs. We dug pits. The Kamaz arrived and unloaded. We covered them with earth. I have no idea where they took them. Well, they brought us, and it's clear that this is a forest.
They made mass graves.
Yes.
What kind of bodies were there? Who was among them?
There were civilians and soldiers from the Ukrainian armed forces and military. Orcs. All sorts of people. We tossed everyone in without distinction. After that we worked, but didn't really count how many they told us. So, about 2,500. Once a guy asked a question in my presence and they just hit him in the back of the head with a buttstock. And he almost didn't make it. We almost threw him in there too. It's a good thing we asked for a tongue depressor. The kind of stick a pediatrician uses to check your throat. They gave us a wooden one. We stretched his tongue, barely managed to get some water from them. Please, give us water, at least to pour over him. We poured it over him. He's okay. He recovered. They bring us back and return us to the detention center. Let's start beating. Wash it. I endured, to be honest. Both electricity and a taser.
What did they do with electricity?
What did they do with the electric current? Well, how should I put it? Electrodes on the ears. Alright.
With electric generator?
Yes.
No, you won't surprise me because...
First with a taser, then with a taser again, and then with a file on the teeth. Do you know how?
I don't know.
Well, it's when your hands are behind your back, legs tied, the whole body tied. One holds the head, another opens the mouth, and the third files your teeth. And the file goes like this, and it's on your teeth. See, I have irregularities here.
I see. I assume they were normal. Yes?
Yes.
This was in the Kherson Detention Center.
This was in the Kherson Detention Center. And they put it on the genitals. Also, I apologize for the expression, but I'll tell it as it is. They put it on my balls.
Yes, there was a story here too.
They put it on the eggs, on the legs. Well, sometimes they'd keep people there for days. People didn't say anything. Sometimes they would kill a person, take them out, and that's it. They threw them away. It didn't matter. A lot of things happened there, in the detention center. There were Chechens there too. Well, it was visible that guys with beards were walking around.
And what about them?
They, how should I say, treated civilians normally, more or less normally. Those who weren't real gangsters, who weren't acting up, they were treated okay. And if someone there, it's me, there I am. Well, sometimes they would come, hit a couple of times, and that would be the end of it. And Russians didn't care. The Russians opened the armor. 3 people would rush into the cell and beat you half to death with whatever they had. Batons, telescopic rods, or they'd rush in wearing tactical gloves and do it. Well, there were 10 people standing in the corridor. Everyone was walking around in masks. It was unknown. Either it was a person who worked there in the detention center beating you, or someone who came from the mainland, from Russia, to earn money, earn a star. Me.
What's up, Russians? How do you feel? Let's go on. How long were you in the detention center?
10 days. I stayed in the detention center from March 11th to 21st. I didn't even sleep properly. It was impossible to sleep there. There, as soon as you fall asleep, bam bam on the armor. Well, if you sleep, they'll come in again. I stayed there for 10 days. By March 21st, as I realized, when they would come into the cell, it was like, that's it. I lined up, stood facing the window, with my hands behind my back, just as they ordered. I stand. That's it. I keep turning around, and there are about 15 people standing there. That's it? Well, I was just done. I was completely numb. I think that's it. Heavenly Kingdom, everyone is dead. To me. Get ready. Where to? To work. Yes, to work. And the second one stands, says, no, no, no. What do you mean, work? You're going home. Me. Phew, damn, home. Yes, okay, we're going home. They brought us home. There were journalists being taken with me too. We took one straight to Kakhovka, and the second one also to Kakhovka. They wanted to bring me straight home. Well, come on. They even gave me cigarettes. They gave a couple of cigarettes. All is well, I'm going home. I walked through the city center, there were people. And you, did you rise from the grave? I say. What do you mean? Well, you were buried. What do you mean buried? Well, you were literally buried. They show a photo on the phone. Facebook, Instagram, there, all of them, they put me on the international wanted list for missing children. I was there, I say. No, there, it's quite normal. Arrived, you see, I was at work. Like, they said, like, tell your family you were at work. Yeah. They took my documents, took my phone, took everything. They didn't give back anything. Neither passport nor anything else.
I see. What next?
I arrive home. All. Grandma, well, At home, there are tears, crying, all is well. I came home, to be honest, just skin and bones. That's all. Well, in 10 days. Just a walking skeleton. I came home, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep for 3 days. I close my eyes and I see all of it. The whole process of what I did, what they forced me to, well, forced, roughly speaking, to say, do. I close it, I see everything in front of me. I couldn't sleep. I get up at night and sit. Grandma gets up there. At night. And why are you sitting? I say. I just can't fall asleep. I'm just by habit, well, sort of, already there. I'm at home, but still there in my thoughts. There now, God forbid, they'll come in and start killing because you're sleeping. Until I got used to it there, at home, everything's okay. A month passes, 2 months pass. In the 3rd month, employees of the Russian Federal Security Service come to me, take me. I was not home for a week. I arrive home, I have a broken nose, 2 broken ribs, and bruises all over my body. Here on my nipples, I had burns from small E-clips like these. How they connect the clips and start turning them. Here I had nothing, thank God. When they were turning here, they poured water so there wouldn't be burns. On the genitals, on my balls, it was very harsh. That in 2 hours I blacked out about 6 times. I black out, they pour water on me and start turning again. I black out, they pour water on me.
And what were they asking you?
The same. ATO guys, METO guys, everyone was worried about the ATO guys. If there are ATO veterans. Do people have weapons? I don't know. No idea about weapons? I don't know. I haven't even held an automatic weapon in my hands. Every 2 months they would come to me. Every 2 months I went through their filtering. Wherever you go, whether you go to the city with grandma or on your own, the military police stop you everywhere and ask for a passport. If you don't have a passport, it's straight to the basement and you sit there for 2 to 3 days. They really rough people up there. They come in wearing masks, about 1.5 to 2 meters taller than you, and start using their feet, fists, clubs, anything they can. Drug.
He's telling you this now. There's your occupation, there's your filtration. Those people who say, well, there are these traitors who say, let's surrender Kherson, let's surrender something else. These are the ones. What the crazy Tsar put into his constitution, let's give up these regions and supposedly everything will stop. Listen to what will happen.
It will be very bad for people. If Russia, at this moment I lived in Kherson. For 3 years I lived under occupation for 3 years. In 3 years I lost half a jaw of teeth and felt everything possible. Even the electric chair, do you know what that is?
What is it?
An electric chair is when they sit you on a metal chair, just a metal chair, right? It has 2 legs or wires, or 2 big clips already. There's a car battery charger standing there. It charges, and they press the button, and you fall back with the chair. Your hands are tied, your legs are tied. You're sitting in just underwear. Do you know what a room is? A rubber one too? What that is? A small room, well, like this, like...
Yeah, I got it.
It's all rubber, completely. The ceiling, the floor, the walls, everything is rubber. 1 iron door with a slot. And over time this room heats up. They put you in there just in your underwear. You sit, well, you sit right away, and over time it heats up to such a shock that you start running around it. If you lose consciousness, they immediately take you out, revive you, cool the room, and throw you back in. This is done to drive a person insane. That's all.
Let's go in order. So, from the beginning of 2022, during the occupation, until for 2 years, where did you live? In Kherson?
Yes. Well, Kakhovka.
In Kakhovka? Well, Kherson region. Every 2 months you were regularly taken for a couple of days for filtering?
Yes.
Regularly every 2 months. Did you work somewhere or not? What was your job?
A laborer in the field. Field work. To get a job, you need a military ID, register, passport, SNILS well,
When did you get your passport?
in 2023.
Why?
Because without a passport, they will take you every time. And whether you'll survive in that basement the last time or not. There were times when, someone was killed in the basement, just taken out, and that's it somewhere.
How many such people were killed?
That year, right before my eyes, a man worked as a guard in the village council, his father. His father didn't want to transport the military. They shot him and took him to the forest, dumped him. The son searched for 2 months. Summer, it's hot outside. He lay in the forest, began to decompose, the body itself. They just beat him, killed a person, and that's it. If the cops have a case, they can just throw you in the basement and work on you for a day or two. They can pin anything on you. And if the federal service gets to you, they will charge you with Article 361, International Act of Terrorism. That'll be a good life sentence too. Life in Kherson wasn't very good. I lived right on the toughest spot. On the front line, 1 kilometer from the first line, right by the river. And drones, I went to the toilet at night for number 2, and a drone landed on the garden on me, buzzed for about 10 minutes, then took off and flew away. It was still there. They came there.
Who lives well under occupation?
Who lives well under occupation? The people who work for them. Those who work in the administration, who are heads of councils, who are policemen, who work in the federal service, those who have some higher education and went to work for them. They work well, they have salaries, sites, and everything else.
Got it. All right. So you got by as a laborer, right?
Yes.
Until when did you get by?
Until July 23rd, 2024, until they locked me up.
What did they lock you up for?
They locked me up because, to tell you the truth, I was drinking. I like to drink. Our head of the council reported me to the military police to have them rough me up a bit in the basement. For a day, he endured electric shocks, various tortures, and everything else. I endured it, yes. But I won't take anything upon myself. If you don't, we'll bring your relatives, grandmothers, and we'll torture them. I said, okay, I'll sign the paper.
And what exactly did you sign for yourself?
I signed for 11 articles, 11 episodes.
Which ones?
211, 2 cases of inflicting grievous bodily harm resulting in death. Like, I beat someone up and he died 2 or 3 days later.
I understand. Was it you?
It wasn't me. They just pinned it on me. Then 2 robberies, a group of people, 2 assaults, 2 of my own assaults. I won't cut it out. 2 of my own assaults. I beat up a few guys aged 17 to 18. I punched each of them in the face. They went and wrote a statement against me. 4 counts of involving minors and Article 158.
4 of what?
Involving minors.
Where to?
For all these charges. They bring me to the investigator on July 24th, 2024. The investigator used to work here under Ukraine, then Russia came, and he just switched over, basically.
He turned code?
Yes. He switched sides, changed his shoes, that's it. On the very first day, he says to me, so choose, either you go to the special military operation now, or you leave prison. Only, he says, from prison, I'll make such hell for you in prison that you'll leave anyway. I say, I'll think about it. Is that okay? Well, yes, it's okay. That's it. I sat and thought. They bring me to the temporary detention center. I was there from July 24 until August 21. I was there until August 21. On August 21st, they take me to detention center number 1 of the Russian Federal Penitentiary Service in the Kherson region. where all the staff of the detention center who worked under Ukraine in the Kherson detention center all worked there. And when they were accepting me, everyone was wearing a Ukrainian pixel uniforms. I go in with an employee, Ukrainian uniform. I thought, what the hell? We walked in. My mood even lifted. And among themselves, some spoke Ukrainian, some Syrshic, some Russian. Yes.
Where did they take you?
To the village of Chongar, Henichesk district.
Yes.
There. I sat there from August 21st to March 8th.
The 25th?
Yes.
So what was it like for you in there?
How was it in there? How can I explain it to you? No walks, no visits with family, nothing.
Did they sentence you in the end?
No.
There was like an investigation. Did they take you anywhere for interrogations?
They wanted to add 222 possession of weapons and explosives, 285. High treason. That I escorted saboteurs from the right bank, armed forces of Ukraine.
You escorted saboteurs.
No one, Speaker One laughs. I didn't even communicate from that side because they always monitored my phone. They took my phone and returned it 2 to 3 days later. I don't know. Maybe it's bugged. Maybe there's something else on it. I didn't communicate with anyone. Grandma talked with her sisters, brothers, nephews from Ukraine who live in Kherson, Kryvyi Rih, Dnipro, Kirovorad. I didn't talk to anyone at all, not a single person. They told me if I called there, I'd be done for. That's all. Well, if it's over, it's over. They bring us there, the first month of the war, the first month is okay. I'm sitting there, everything's adequate, everything's normal, no one's acting up. Second, third month. In the fourth month, guys from the Moscow of Sin come, big guys. We were lined up on a stretch, doing a fighting stance, and right there on my right, I witnessed them just beat a man to death with their boot toes, just like that. They are beating him, and he's already not moving, nothing. They just beat him for wanting to blow it up. The strict regime owner of the 90s in Kherson, it was the 90s zone, Sobol. Sobol is now the boss of this detention center where I was. Yes. They wanted to blow him up. There were 2 accomplices. One was killed and the other wasn't. I was just standing there and he got me. I thought, am I gonna lose consciousness or what? It was like you're old, an elderly person, or not. Like you're 20 years old, or 50, or 70. It didn't matter there, honestly. They just crushed everyone. Not like that, they stretch you so much, you just sit in a split, legs, how can I say? They put 2 feet, and there's your foot. One of them, feet were swelling there. There, people, I don't know, they came out for inspection every morning, holding onto the bunks with batons on their legs, with boots, whatever, basically whatever they had. There was outright lawlessness. Then they installed cameras in the detention center. After that, they stopped hitting a bit, because these cameras send footage somewhere, to some main office in Genitals or Crimea. That's where they go. So they toned down the abuse of people a bit. But there were good, regular abuses there. Well, Chongar. After Chongar, well, I went through all this in Chongar. On March 8th, they took me. They take me to the training ground.
Did you sign the contract?
Yes.
How many of you were taken from the detention center?
4 people.
Uh-huh.
They took a guy with me who served in the same unit and had fought before. He fought in the bars unit.
Combat Army Reserve.
I don't know what it's called.
You know now.
He served there, was in Balaklia, was in Izium, was in Volnovaka, was on the Kinburn Spit. He was in a detention center for shooting 2 civilians, 2 civilian grandmothers in their 50s.
Where did he shoot them and when?
He shot them on the Kinburn Spit in 2023.
Why did he shoot them?
Because they were supposedly in his position. And the second person sitting with him says he knows how he shot them. They said something to him. He said something back.
And what were those old ladies doing there?
It wasn't all at the position.
Uh-huh.
It was all away from the front line. It was all done in the village where he was. This Kimber and Spit, there's a village there. I don't remember, to be honest, so as not to lie. I don't know which one it was, and he shot them because they said something to him or asked him something. He just fired a burst at both of them. Well, he just snapped there. He told the guys he was with how he mocked the bodies of Ukrainian soldiers, how he cut off their ears. Those were trophies, ears. How he took rings, chains from them. That's it. Well, all the gold, phones, cards, everything else.
Uh-huh. And he was convicted and he went to the special military operation.
He was our platoon commander at the training ground. His call sign was Samurai. At the training ground, we went through training from March 8th to March 25th. Former Wagner soldiers trained us. That's it, we completed the training. On March 25th, we arrived at the temporary deployment point, the city of Donetsk in Avdiivka.
Uh-huh.
I was in Avdiivka from March 25th to April 2nd.
Until April 2nd?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
On April 2nd, a supervisor, the senior from the training ground, came to us. He says, you are going to the combat zone. Well, combat zone it is then. Alright, we gathered. They take us to, how can I say, to the assembly?
When did they take you and how many combat missions did you have?
I had one combat mission. On my first combat mission, I surrendered.
Did you surrender on your own?
Yes. No.
Why did you go to war? Let's do it this way.
I went to war to save my destiny, so that my destiny would be normal and not broken. According to the stories of people in detention centers who were in Russian prisons, it's not very good there, and the cops abuse people. They can take you to a room and stick a mop up your backside.
That's understandable.
And you just don't want that, you understand?
So what was your plan?
My plan was just to slip away from there, that's all. After that, I just have a story. Here I am, telling it. I want to tell you. It's a really fascinating story. They took us back and forth. At 3 a.m., we set out from Avdiivka towards the progress plant.
How many people?
There were 10 of us heading out.
Uh-huh.
I was the one walking. Like in a zombie apocalypse. The forest strip was 800 meters. Well, it was all strewn. You're just walking over bodies.
Orcs?
You're just walking over them. You're just walking, not stepping over anything. You're just going over them. Thud, 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 thud. A trench about 1.5 meters deep. It's all piled on top of each other. So many white ones lying there. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 companies laid out on the forest strip. We had to go across an open field, maybe 200 or 500 meters. Thank God, with God's help, I got through it. I didn't get hit by any FPV drones or anything, nothing at all.
So you were on a mission?
We were heading to the plant, and after the plant, we went on the assignment.
Was this still before you got to the factory?
Yes.
All 10 of you?
No, just 2 of us. We set out in pairs. We started at 10.
Got it.
To the positions from where we then went to the factory. I was going straight ahead, and they kept yelling, faster, faster. I ran in there.
How long were you at the factory?
A day.
What happened after that?
During the night after that day, this samurai wakes me up and says, come here. I walk over. Kill him. Who? I ask. To kill? He hands me an AK-12 and loads it. Shoot him. Who? I ask to shoot. One of ours, I ask? No, he says, unarmed with nothing. Why should I kill? Kill him or you won't go on the mission. I don't want to. Are you kidding? I tell him. I can't kill a person.
Then why did you want to kill him?
I don't know. He has some quirks. It's happened there that he shot his own. This isn't the first case of him shooting his own. I say, I won't shoot. He takes it, loads it, bang, bang, bang. A couple of single shots, and there's no body. Phew, they took him out beyond the factory, outside the premises.
How many of you were at the factory?
How many? 40, 50.
And everyone saw that he shot him. And what?
Nothing. He was the main one at the factory. Everyone was terrified of him. Everyone was afraid.
And what did he tell you?
He didn't tell me anything, just said, if you don't shoot, you won't go on the mission tomorrow.
And what did you talk about among yourselves?
With the samurai?
Well, among yourselves.
With the guys? Nothing. We were afraid to say anything about him because of snitches and the fear of being tortured.
Uh-huh.
They could have gone to him to complain, and you might go one way and never come back. The next day they sent me on a mission. I stayed in the dugout for about 2 days. On the third day I moved out into the forest strip. I spent the night with an old man who was 61 years old, an old man who could barely walk. At night, Baba Yaga comes, makes 3 drops, 2 near the pit, 3 directly into the pit. We were all wounded, and we did not retreat. We had no order to retreat. If we retreated, we'd be done for. Our own people would just get us.
Uh-huh.
We moved forward. They're in the dugout. The dugout is 2 by 2 or 1.5 by 1.5, really small. There were 8 of us in there. I thought I'd leave from there too. I sat there, they bandaged me up where I was wounded. Everything was okay. The old man had a wound on his arm too. They bandaged him up as well. I look out and see either an observer or a drone hovering. Something is up there. As soon as I start to leave, he'll hit me, and that's it. I'm dead. Then all hell broke loose. I don't know. It felt like the apocalypse. Everything, absolutely everything possible was flying in there. Clusters, mortars, artillery, grads, Baba Yaga, droppers, kamikazes. I thought we would all be lying there in that small dugout, all 8 of us. Then it flies right into the dugout to us. Well, it was closed, so to speak. We climbed in from above. He flies in, and right after him, a grenade flies in. Into the dugout. Bang! I was knocked down, people were knocked down, the guys. I look out, see everything. There are three barrels pointed at me, 1 behind the tree, another one there, the 3rd one there, the 4th above the dugout. What to do? They grabbed the automatic weapons there. That's all. What are we doing? I say, let's surrender and give ourselves up. What do we do?
How many of you surrendered?
5 of us surrendered.
And the others?
5 of us got out. 3 people blew themselves up with a grenade. Got it?
So as not to be captured.
And 2 more were caught there. Well, then they started moaning over there. They fired shots, tossed in a grenade. In short, they did everything. Finished everyone off.
Uh-huh.
So basically, they started clearing out the dugout themselves with their own soldiers. We go, and our mortar starts hitting us, our own artillery, and our commanders. 5 of us surrendered, 3 of us reached the dugout, me and 2 old men.
Uh-huh.
2 people, rest in peace, not mine.
Ours?
Ours are fine, all made it. As many as there were in the group, that's how many made it. They bring us to the dugout, immediately as needed. First aid, water, cigarettes, immediately. My leg, the old man's legs were wounded there. The stomach, legs of someone. They rewrap us, apply tourniquets, bandage us, and give us water. Well, for those who smoke, the commander gave out a cigarette to each.
So, you ended up further in captivity.
In captivity, well,
That's it. Not interesting further.
everything is fine overall.
What's next? You think?
Further, I honestly think, well, I want to go home to my family. There are just 2 grandmas. I just worry about them, so that nothing bad happens to them.
You won't get home, right?
Well, I know I'm not getting home. If I get exchanged, they'll send me back to the war.
Yes, as long as you're running, you'll keep running. Didn't think about staying? Well then.
There, everyone is just people.
Hallelujah. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Do you know me?
No, I don't.
You don't know. Dmytro, that's me.
What?
I'm called Dmytro.
My name is Sophia.
Sophia. Will you speak?
Да.
You know Devin knows.
Hi.
Well, you don't say where you are and you don't say who you're with.
Hi, Granny.
Hi. 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 How is it there?
Yeah, fine, slowly.
Slowly, my dear. Is swimming too. Rosanna also wanted to see you. Is it possible?
It's possible.
Kids,
Aunt and uncle.
everything is fine.
It's okay, it's okay.
Tell them that they're being filmed. I forgot to say.
Roseanne, go tell Radek quickly that he's taking a bath. Yes. I'll say it now. Nothing was allowed to be done. What? Hi, miso chalk monocheck.
Well, that's it. Don't cry. Why are you crying? Everything's fine. Alive, healthy, whole, unharmed. God willing, soon it will work out, the war will end and everything will be fine. We'll get home.
God willing. For an exchange. You can't go for an exchange.
Well, it's not up to me. If a senior officer decides.
So tell them that after the exchange, you'll go to war again.
For an exchange, they exchange us and send us back. That's how it is.
Understood.
After the exchange, we were exchanged. Not long. Moscow and for an exchange.
Hi, how are you over there?
Fine, fine. Yes. Slowly. Who?
How's your health?
It's fine. Health is fine. They rewrap, bandage, remove fragments that were there. Everything's fine. When will I come home? Arthur has no idea. They exchange us and send us back. Yes, yes. And back and back and back.
And are you okay? Everything's fine?
Yes, everything's fine overall.
We congratulate you on your recent birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Everything's fine. Everything's okay? Why are you crying? Come on, don't cry. Everything's fine.
Hang in there.
I'm hanging in there. Everything's fine. God willing, they'll exchange me soon somehow. I'll zigzag, get out of here, and go home.
How will you zigzag your way out? You're not zigzagging anywhere, zigzagger. Hello, do you know me?
Yes.
From where?
No, I don't know. We hear you.
I tell him he shouldn't go for the exchange because they'll kill him. I tell him to stay here. And he just says, I want to go home.
He really wants to be with his family. We are all waiting for him.
But he won't make it home. Check my YouTube to see what happens to them after the exchange. After the exchange, they are taken to the FSB. First, they are interrogated there and then sent back to war. You haven't talked about how you fought, how many of you were killed. Tell us, is it possible to survive there or not?
You can't survive there. When I went to the factory, I walked over dead bodies. There were 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, I don't know.
So he has the option to serve for us. Probably, that's an option. But only properly. In special forces, so to speak, they'll train him, heal him, teach him, he'll be a commando.
But how would he get back here to us afterward? When will you be able to leave there and come back to us? Only there now.
So the bastards will leave now and return soon.
God willing, soon.
No, but I'm just saying it like it is. Seems like he's not stupid. On one hand, but on the other hand, he's stupid because he went to war.
No.
I know. They forced him.
No, I mean, they just forced... And then what?
Got it. He would never have gone by himself. Didn't go.
How are you?
I'm fine, hanging in there little by little. We pray to God too.
Are you in some kind of sect with him?
With the presbyter.
It helps.
Well, God willing, it will all be over soon.
Okay, well, you remain silent.
Yeah? I say God willing, everything will change because I need to go too. I love you too, hugs. How's the other grandma? Is she okay?
Wow, he's asking.
You're not saying anything? Let her not even know.
Okay. Everything's fine. Kisses to you.
You too. There will be an opportunity. If we have a connection session today, it will work out. I'll call later.
No, there won't be everything. Let's wrap it up.
Thank you. Okay, Grandma, take care.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Traditionally, a prisoner of war speaks into a broken Samsung. When are you going to fall apart already? Do you need to go to war? You don't need to go to war.
You don't need to go to war, you need to surrender. Even those who want to go. I advise not to risk it, if you want to be with your family.
It got better when Russia came.
No, of course not. No. I would be vacationing by the sea in Luzerne now. I'm near you. I used to see you only over the phone before, but now I'm here with you in person.
Did you watch me to the end?
Yes, before. How did you communicate with the prisoners of war? We still communicated, helped. Yes, people are different in every country.
A like, subscription, and comment from you.